I'm unsure about keeping my GJ, and I'm unsure about separating my feeding tube, but those are the only two choices.
You're freezing cold here.
Good Monday morning, everyone. I've been busy this morning, changed my port needle, and I've been on the phone arranging the tube exchange I need, and my GI got on it right away, and we've done this so many times now, like we all know the process. So anyways, on Thursday, I'll be going in to get my feeding tube exchange. It's an outpatient procedure, and that works out well because Judd is off work on Thursday, so he can take me. But that doesn't work out so well because on Wednesday, I'm supposed to have an IVIG infusion, which you may be thinking, oh, that's perfect timing. Well, no, because IVIG for me requires 2 days, the infusion day, and then recovery day following, because the day after IVIG, I feel absolutely horrible and I can't do anything but lay around the house. So there's no way I could do IVIG and the next day go do another procedure. My body wouldn't be able to handle that. So IVIG is important, but right now fixing my feeding tube is more important. So I got to reschedule the infusion, which just got to do what you got to do. And Harlow's looking cute over there. Oh, Judd did the laundry last night. This is our new comforter I got in Orlando. Harlow, come here. Good morning. Oh, you doing namaste stretch? Hi. Alright, I have pushed an IV Zofran and I am hooked up to my banana bag. So my banana bags, which they're called banana bags because of the color they change into, yellow, that is really going to help hold me over until Thursday because they're not just fluids, it also has extra vitamins, electrolytes, and nutrients. And like I said yesterday, you can go a while without eating. It's not ideal, but it can be done. What I really need to worry about is staying hydrated, and with my IV fluids, I'll be perfectly fine there. Though what I'm really struggling with right now is being extremely nauseous and vomiting more than usual. Because of my gastroparesis, my stomach cannot regulate stomach acid very well, and it'll build and build and build excessively, and that causes a lot of nausea, vomiting, bloating, pain, and with my feeding tube, I can vent out that excess stomach acid and relieve those symptoms, which actually allowed me to eat a little bit more than before I had my feeding tube. So venting my stomach helps with symptom management, and it allows me to eat a bit more, oral intake. However, this kink is in a spot that also blocks the G port, so not only can I not run nutrition, I cannot vent my stomach. So I'm extremely nauseous and struggling with oral intake drastically. So I'm just kind of sipping on the Oral Kate Farms nutritional shakes. I put it back in the fridge because it had reached room temperature. It's easier for me if it's cold, but I used those last time my feeding tube kinked, and it's the best option I have just to try and sip on it throughout the day. But Like I said, this is not an ideal situation, but I'll be okay until Thursday. This is the Kate Farms oral solution. People have said you can buy this at, what's it called? Nutrition stores? I can't think. People said you can buy these in person at places, but Kate Farms actually sent me 2 boxes of these when my feeding tube kinked last time, and then I just kept them in the fridge so I could use them if I needed them again, which I was hoping I wouldn't, but I do. And when I don't have use of my feeding tube, basically what I do is I stay hydrated with my IV fluids. I do as much oral intake as possible, but now that I can't vent, that's very difficult, and you have to find that balance of how much will I force feed myself before I make myself puke, which totally defeats the purpose of getting in the calories, and IV Zofran to help with nausea, and just, I don't expend energy that would burn more calories, so it's a lot of resting. But Thursday will be here soon. Well, I came upstairs to put the new comforter on our bed, and it looks good. We had to get a new one because our old comforter was too small for the new bed we got, but this one's a good size. Judd won't hog the blankets anymore, and it's a thin quilt. I got it at Stein Mart for a really good price, and then I also bought these 2 shams, but I need to get pillow inserts for them because they're a lot bigger than I thought they would be. And then the pillows in the back we already had. That's from our old bed set, and the solid brown ones are from the guest room. And Judd's mom bought our bed set for our guest room, which was so nice of her. She got that for us for Christmas, so she's holding it hostage until we go celebrate Christmas with her in like 2 weeks. So we stole the pillows from the guest room because I'm gonna do a turquoise theme in there, and these pillows match our bed set. I still think it needs a decorative pillow in the middle and a throw blanket. I wanna pull from the maroon color because I really like that with the blue. And we need a headboard. So anyways, the master room is coming together. Get some decorative drapes. We'll see. So I've been sitting here adding to my lists. I have 2 lists. One is a list of pros and cons, and another is a list of questions I have for the surgeon regarding separating my feeding tube. And honestly, I don't feel as if God has guided me towards a decision yet because I feel no peace. I do not feel peace with keeping my GJ, and I do not feel peace with separating my feeding tube to have a straight J and 2 separate feeding tubes. Both lists are long and extensive, but kind of the main things I'm focusing on are, you know, the surgery. The surgery for a straight J tube is more extensive, and my body does not heal well because of my Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, so I really got to think about that. But because of where my stoma is placed into my stomach, my GJ is going to keep kinking. My doctor said it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. It's inevitable. But because of my anatomy, that is the only location we have to work with to put my stoma into my stomach. And if you want to learn more about that, you can watch this video. So I don't want to keep dealing with the kinking issue. If I have 2 separate feeding tubes, I'll be able to reliably run nutrition and continue to vent and drain my stomach. And if I get 2 separate feeding tubes, the tube exchanges, which are routinely done, might be easier. I may not have to be sedated for them. However, 2 stomas means twice as many possible complications, but I've done a pretty good job at taking care of my current stoma, so it would just be the same feeding tube care routine, just with 2 different locations. So honestly, I haven't made a decision yet. Judd thinks I need to get the operation done. My mom thinks I need to get it done. Janice thinks I need to get it done. My GI thinks I need to get it done. Many people think I need to get this done, but I personally don't have peace with either decision to keep this tube yet or to get the surgery. On the 2nd week of December, I see the surgeon, and then that afternoon after my surgeon consult, I see my GI, and I'm hoping with all the information I gather, I'll at least have more clarity to make a choice, and I'm hoping that day is when I'll make a confident decision. Oh, Hippo, you have a delicious meal tonight. So of course she has all of her meat for her raw diet, but she also has some ground flaxseed, a veggie pop, a yogurt pop with an apple in it. She's got some coconut oil and some mango in there. Yum. All right, Harlow, spin. Namaste. Play. Ole. Okay, very good. Well, Harlow definitely enjoyed her dinner, and I wanted to take a moment to just say thank you. Y'all have been so supportive through all of this, and just, as per usual, incredibly encouraging. You know, the last time my feeding tube kinked, I got a lot of suggestions. Do this, try that, why aren't you doing this? And I know that suggestions come from good intentions and genuine kindness and concern, and I really appreciate that. But in all honesty, the countless suggestions was just overwhelming, to the point where I had to stop reading comments because I was already under enough stress. Kind of a broad statement for suggestions is that if I'm not already doing it, it's either because it's not an option or it's just not one of the better options. But this time around, y'all have offered nothing but genuine support, and you've shared in my frustrations, and you've given me encouragement, and you know, that's exactly what I need. That's what any chronic illness warrior needs, or any person in general needs when they're facing a hard time. They don't need to be told, you know, try this, do that, why not this? I just need love and support, prayers, encouragement, and that's what y'all have provided, and it honestly helps so much. My family and I are so grateful for y'all. I know you've told us that you can take something positive away from our story, but we also take something positive away from y'all, and it's very much so appreciated because y'all make harder times all the more easier. Sorry for that kind of like little spiel I went on there. Basically, I'm just saying we're really appreciative of y'all joining us on our adventures and taking part in our story, and Harlow's doing something mischievous. Are you breaking into your toy box? Is it closed? I guess her toy box is shut and she's pulling it open. What you got? What did you take out of there? Your rope toy? You gonna take all your toys out and make a mess? Oh, she's got something else. The pizza toy. Sorry, I forgot to open that, pup. While I finished my infusion, I just got to flush with heparin and disconnect from the tubing. I'm gonna get ready for bed, and that's another day down, another day closer to fixing my feeding tube. But gosh, I am still so uncertain about this. Like I said, I have no peace about it. I'm unsure about keeping my GJ, and I'm unsure about separating my feeding tube, but those are the only two choices, because obviously I need the feeding tube for my health. But I think after the surgeon consult and seeing my GI doctor once again, I'll have more clarity to make a more informed decision. And until then, I'll keep praying on it. A lot of my loved ones have given me their opinion on the operation, and I do take my loved ones' advice into consideration, and it helps, but this really has to be a personal decision that I'm comfortable and confident with. And I really think that surgeon consult will help for sure. If any of y'all have a separate G&J tube, I would love to hear your experience if you're comfortable sharing. And thankfully, I have not yet started to feel too terrible from the lack of nutrition. I'm pretty sure that will be coming within the next few days, but within the next few days, I'm getting my feeding tube fixed, so I'm just hanging in there. And with that, I will say goodnight. Thanks for joining us on our adventure.